Welcome back to the Hockey Shop, source for sports, down here in Goalie Utopia. The lower floor, dedicated goaltending with Cam Matwiv. You see behind us, maybe not every week because we move it around, but a lot of weeks, you see the glove wall. It actually extends further than Cam's arm, bigger than his head, which is saying a lot. There's a lot of gloves back there.
I don't know if it's that big.
We've got a lot of gloves in here. So why all the glove love? Because we'd like to help you. We'd like to show you how to get your glove.
A frequently asked question around here.
Broken in as well as they've broken in this glove. So Cam, walk us through the process you use to break in gloves for a new customer if they've purchased something. Or, like I said, sometimes it's nice, you want to have a model on the wall and show people how it's, what that finished product is going to feel like. This Genetic 5 is like butter. What'd you do? What's the process? Help me help them break in some gloves.
Okay, so a lot of cases, especially, say your custom ones, some of the gloves off the wall, brand to brand dependent. Anyway, you get a lot of that as soon as you go open it up, especially those younger kids, things like that. It's like there's a lot of struggling involved. You're like, okay, how can we get that glove to look like that?
Buttery.
Step one for us. Say you're shopping in store, and this is something we can do for you guys online as well. Just make a request. Skate up. Don't try this at home. This is something.
Do not try this at home. A skate oven is not the same.
One more time, Hutch.
Giant logos everywhere. A
Okay.
skate oven is not the same as your mom's oven. You could wreck your gloves.
For the love of God, please. So, basic starting point is we do bake that glove for 5 minutes in our skate oven, which is specifically set to a temperature that's not going to wreck the glove. That's important. A lot of the gloves, especially actually Vaughn gloves in particular, do have thermo-activated foam in the glove, specifically designed for this baking process so that it will start to imprint your hand inside the glove and also work on that closure. That's one of the best aspects of it. So, we do that for you. Start that process in store. What will happen though over time, as that glove does cool down, it will start to stiffen back up again. So that can be a little bit hard because we're kickstarting that break-in process, but this isn't going to just solve the problem 100%. So there is a little bit of DIY at home as well. For me, I'm very, very traditionalist when it comes to breaking in my gloves. I pop my glove somewhere where I'm going to put it on every day for 5 minutes, sort of thing. Usually within about a week and a half to 2 weeks, I'm close to there. And I'm talking about, sitting watching a hockey game, opening and closing that glove over and over and over again. And that's what's really starting that break-in process. It's imprinting my hand inside the glove. And that's how I feel I've had the best success for it. Now, Kevin, he likes to do things a little bit differently as well.
Yeah, no, my traditional technique is to just sort of wrap like a bungee or like something like like one of the workout bands, the rubber bands, wrap it closed one day, and then the next day sort of get it wide open. I'll take one of those, like I have a butt end from a player stick that's sort of the perfect size to fit in a pocket, and so one day you're sort of establishing that pattern closed, and the next day you're establishing that pattern wide open.
Correct. Now, some of the things that we have seen from that when stretching that pocket open wide is that it can break on the wrong side of the break. And this is something that I've seen commonly happen with 600 break gloves in particular, on the E-Flex or an Axis if it happens to be a 600 break, is that we get a close-up of that, is that the glove wants to close on that side of the rib there. Now, I do have a fix for this because we want this to overlap and actually close from the other side, bringing that finger so we can get that good seal. So,
pucks, do I get to throw them again at you this week?
No. Into the center of the palm with that puck. And then as Kevin was talking about before, in terms of taping that glove shut, we want to have that closure happen where that puck's now pushing that palm back down, helping to overlap those fingers back over top. This might take a couple times and a couple tries, even bringing it into the store, baking it a couple more times, but that should help to restart that break back over the top and stop that half closure from happening. I see this quite commonly a lot, and this isn't, I wouldn't say my quick fix because it does take a little bit of effort to get there, but it does tend to help reset that break and get her started again.
Yeah, there's the break actually has there's a solid piece that runs through that break, and if you don't get it right, that piece can sort of sit improperly, so you want to get it pushed back in.
Correct.
All right.
We have that happen, for example.
Other tricks?
A couple more things that do want to cover, especially for gloves. Getting the glove relaced. Sometimes they do come quite tight from the factory, which can really hinder that break-in period for. So we do offer a relacing program. It is something we do recommend as well. Whether or not you're wanting to do a skate lace or say regular nylon lace, things like that, definitely person to person dependent. That can also help to loosen up that glove and get it set up. One more note, just because we are on the topic of gloves. Say your glove is getting a little bit more worn in. You are starting to feel, some pucks through it, things like that and whatnot. Quick hit.
Lizard skins.
Exactly.
We talked about this a couple of years ago. Oh, Cam, you brought me a pair for your tiny little hands.
Hey.
Oh, look, they fit
Now,
me.
this is important.
They fit me too.
They should be tight. They should be nice and snug. You don't want it too loose.
In honor of Pekka Rinne's retirement coming up in Nashville, UC Saros followed in Pekka Rinne's footsteps. Exactly. Talked to him just the other week about why he wore a quote-unquote batting glove underneath his player glove, and he said just because Pekka did it. So, but they also had one that they had found through one of the equipment managers on the team was neighbors with an equipment manager for a Major League Baseball team, and they found a padded glove, much like this. If your glove's getting broken down and worn into the point where maybe you're starting to feel a little bit in the palm of the hand and you just feel, or the surface has gotten sort of, through sweat, has gotten kind of slick inside there, this lizard skins glove that Cam and the hockey shop have found is a great alternative to sort of add padding, especially in the fingers and the palm, the area where we catch the most, where we feel the most of those pucks, and a great grip. We've tested this with NHL goaltenders, guys on NHL contracts, and they really liked it. It's a good product rather than just buying a straight out batting glove, especially if you've got a glove that you love, like you love the break, it's broken in, you followed all of Cam's steps, it's your favorite break, it closes like butter, but the padding's starting to wear out or that grip's starting to wear out. This can be a great refresh. And we find, especially with the fingertips, the extra padding on those two, the index and the middle finger, can sort of help sort of grip and get a little bit of sort of that closed hand closure. So lizard skins is something we've talked about here before. We've tested it, we've validated it. There's a reason that Cam stocks a product you wouldn't normally associate with hockey here at the hockey shop. So lizard skin gloves can really help, like I said, whether you're feeling stingers or your kid's feeling stingers, whether it's because of an old glove or just, maybe you bought it with a level of padding, game ready, and you're now moved up to where you need a pro palm, but you're waiting for it or you haven't ordered it yet. This can be a great added feature. So we've talked about how to sort of get a little extra life out of your glove with a lizard skin. We've talked about breaking them in at the beginning. We've talked about relacing them, either if they're too tight or if they start to come apart. We've talked about my way to break in a glove. We've talked about Cam's way to break in a glove. What do we got left?
Well, tell you what, maybe you comment below. Tell us how you break in your gloves, what you find that works the best. We know there's a million different ways out there, some more successful than others, for sure. Love to get some comments going. See what works best for you.
Not a bad idea. Show us what you got.